Trials is one of my favorite franchises, and how can I say that if I haven't played every single game? So I was exploring how many Trial games came out when I was faced with Trials of the Blood Dragon. It was a surprise to see a recent Trials game that almost nobody talks about, and I was curious why, so that's why I decided to finally go and play it, and what I found out wasn't good, so I can understand why people don't talk about it. For starters, this game tries to be something different. You do play normal Trials on the first stage with your bike, and it's pretty cool. I liked it. So I was confused when I started the game why people don't talk about it. It looked good. I love the aesthetic of the game, this futuristic yet not futuristic at all. It was weird. It was a weird aesthetic, but I really enjoy it. So I was really confused until I reached the second level, where the game completely turns around and has you exit the bike and shooting people on foot, and honestly it was bad. I wouldn't say the idea is to fault here, but how they executed it. So throughout the game is gonna give you numerous different abilities and numerous different stages on foot, jetpack, and with the grapple. And the idea itself, I don't mind. I actually thought it was pretty cool to see those things. But then when you're playing the game, you can see why it doesn't work. The idea of having the Trials bike with the grapple was amazing until you actually try it and you see that it wasn't good enough. It just wasn't good enough. They had to polish it more. That's why people don't talk about it. And as curious as I was, I actually searched there why people don't talk about this game. Like when I started playing after the first level and they say, oh, because the game is bugged, and like I was super confused until I started playing more. And the more you go, the more ass the missions get and more repetitive, even though the game is super short. I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't have finished this one if I wasn't doing the difficulty challenge, and I actually had to finish it. So yes, I got the plot, but do I regret it? I gotta be honest, I kinda do regret it. Once I finished this one, I wasn't happy. I didn't feel accomplished to finish this plot, because it wasn't easy. It was actually a hard plot, but all I could feel was relief. Relief that I never ever have to touch this game again. Because that's how bad it was. But like I said, I always try to look for the brighter things, and I do like the ideas. And if they were better implemented, they could have been a fun game. The Trials part, the ones that you just drive like a Trials game, it was pretty fun. I really loved the sceneries. The idea of different sceneries like inspired on the movies, right? Because you go from place to place and they feel completely different, and that I really liked. So this game is not all negative. But if you want to do those, you gotta beat these jetpack level, you gotta do these grappling areas, you gotta do the walking areas, which for me is the worst of them all. They are so bad, and they even throw that guarding Trials thing with the minecart, bro. Like, what is this? It was so bad. Like, this one is the worst. Then I would say it would be the on foot sections, in my opinion, because it just felt so sluggish. The character was irresponsive to control, and it was genuinely pissing me off while I was playing it. So the jetpack at start, I hated so much, but going for the A pluses and actually learning how to control the jetpack, it was fine, honestly. It felt okay. At the end, I was not mad at the jetpack parts at all. I was like, okay, yeah, if you actually take your time and learn how to use the jetpack, it can work, and it was fun. I wish they had more jetpack parts, honestly. And then the last one, the grapple. The grapple, once you learn how to use it, it can be fun. But the problem is sometimes you would shoot and it would just like detach you for some reason. It wouldn't make any sense, and so it would add to the frustration that you already felt from like the parts being unfair and most of the times not fun at all. So what I'm trying to say here is I am trying to defend this game a little bit, but I'm also just being real, okay? Should people try it? I would say yes. I would say try, beat the story, but no need to go beyond that. Once you try to be perfect, it's when you start to notice the flaws in this game and how sluggish everything can be. The first playthrough wasn't too bad once I did it, but it still felt a little bit sluggish. But once I was trying to be perfect for the A pluses, it was just horrible. I really didn't want to play it. I spent like 4 weeks playing this game, and all I had was like 21 hours at the end. So you can imagine my will to finish the game. Like, I just wanted to get out, but I didn't want to play it. So, but yeah, at the end, I am glad that I played it, just because like I said, I do like my Trial games, and this one would always be on the back of my mind, even if I knew it was a bad game beforehand. So I would still think I have to try it. Maybe it's not that bad, because I usually do try bad games that people say like they don't like like Forspoken or even Immortals of Avium or like games like that, I always like to try them. I want to see for myself, and some of them are a disappointment, like Forspoken really is bad, but Immortals of Avium, honestly, it wasn't as bad as people make it out to be, but that's a conversation for another video. But yeah, I think that's all my thoughts for this video. I don't know why I did one about Trials, but I just felt like I needed to talk about this game because nobody does. And yeah, like the worst part of this game, with everything I said, it's without a doubt the story. The story is so bad. The characters are so bad, bro. Nobody can convince me they actually like these characters, because like it's impossible, bro. Don't even start, bro. Like, you do not like the characters, bro. Like, shut up. But yeah, like I think that's all I wanted to say for today. I'll catch you on the next backlog video. It's gonna be the last 2 months before we finally catch up and do the July video, which is gonna be a little bit late because we're gonna be late into August already. I guess, but I'm happy because we're finally catching up and it's gonna be more fun. The games are gonna be a little bit more recent on my mind, so I can speak about them freely. But yeah, enough ranting about. I am curious to know if you guys played this game or not, and if you will give it a try. I would say yes, bro. Like, play the game, feel for yourself. Maybe you'll like it, but I wouldn't advise to go for the 100%, honestly.